Let's move on to this other game too here in the AL, gentlemen. Those Yankees and the Guardians, now huge favorites for the Yankees to win the series at minus 360 and minus 140 on the money line in this game, with Nasty Nestor making his playoff debut, taking on Shane Bieber, who looked really, really, really good, like the Shane Bieber of old against the Rays the other night, keeping that ball inside the park as he's wont to do. So in this one, I guess, really what we're talking about here, Mo, and I'll kick things off with you, is how do you feel about Nestor making his playoff debut? And is there any possibility of Bieber silencing those bats to keep them under 4 runs or so, which is not something the Yankees have been doing as of late, as they continue to average a bit more over 4 runs over the last 20 or so?
Yeah, I think Nestor's in a good spot for sure. He's a veteran, He may not be a veteran in the sense of like having been through a lot of playoff games, but the guy's 27. I think he'll be ready. And frankly, it just looks like a really tough matchup for Cleveland. That being said, Bieber is a better pitcher than Nestor. How much of a better pitcher is kind of depends on how much you believe in Nestor's numbers this year. I kind of feel like the market doesn't believe in them, given, I guess, the price. It was a little lower than I expected on the Yankees. But it's just like, how much will that matter when Cleveland's been so bad hitting lefties? 84 WRC plus, 26th in baseball. They're just so slanted toward the left side of the plate. Both teams should bring their full bullpens here, which I do believe helps Cleveland quite a bit. Like I was saying before the series, I'm only interested in Cleveland in spots where their bullpen is going to be locked and loaded, because that's where I do think they have an edge on the Yankees. That being said, like I said, it's just really tough to bet on Cleveland here when they've been completely unable to hit lefties. So I'm just like off it on this one, I think. But if New York dropped closer to like minus 130 or minus 135, I would definitely consider a wager on them. And with these AL games, there's definitely a little more time for the market to hit some of these games because we got another full day. So it's definitely something I wouldn't rule out. Like when I say these other games, well, I'd be interested if the line moved. It's not that likely, right? Because like a lot of it was hit overnight, and then we're already early in the morning on game day. So these other ones, I could see the line moving a little more.
But unfortunately, I think it's probably going to move in the Yankees' direction since the Guardians' offense has just looked pretty non-existent in the postseason. And that was the biggest concern Mo talked about coming into this, is just a lineup that isn't that dangerous and certainly isn't very dangerous against lefties. Look at Nestor. He did pitch very well against this lineup. He pitched very well at Yankee Stadium, which is why I think the Yankees should have a bigger edge here. Limiting homers, as you would expect from a lefty in that park, 0.51 homer number 9, which leads to a 1.95 ERA, just 22% hard contact. Bieber, I think, will turn in a pretty good start here. I mean, he has that nasty slider. He's throwing his cutter a lot more, and both pitches the Yankees have struggled against in the second half. In fact, -9 against cutters on the season. So maybe you're interested in his prop. To get 6 Ks is even money. To get 7 Ks is plus 220. So that is rather where I would go with my money than to say Cleveland's going to win this game. And interesting you say get 4 runs for the Yankees. Is their run line's only 3 right now. The total seems a little low for this one at 6 runs. We saw 5 with Garrett Cole pitching pretty well in the opener, but this is still a Yankee Stadium. This is a Yankees lineup that, if they do get to Bieber, could definitely hang quite more than 3 runs. So I don't mind the over for the game, and I don't mind the Yankees over if it does stay that low.
Yeah, I would feel decent about some runs, but I do think that, with Bieber on the mound, it's really just a matter of which one are we getting at this point. Pretty steady season overall, just keeping that ERA of sub-3, but this is definitely a different beast in this lineup. And I think that, if Rizzo doesn't kill you, then Judge kills you. If Judge doesn't kill you, you're getting hit from somewhere else. So at any rate, that is all the time we have for you guys. We are looking forward to these game 2s with you. Make sure you're liked and subscribed to that page and continue to follow along. We'll be bringing you these videos all MLB postseason long. So until we see you next, happy betting.